Fourth and fifth question. Fourth question is simply a table. Just have to create the table. I've shown you how to create a table. You just have to enter these values there. Simply just go to the drawing, go to the table. Okay. And from here, specify the rows and columns. So here we have 4 columns and 17 rows, 16 rows. 16, 17. Find the 17 rows like that. And after that, you have to enter the data. You can just simply press the escape button also, and you can change the size like that. Now you have to enter the text here. It's bill of material, so you can type like that. Bill of material. So just click outside and double click, select, find the height. Okay, you can just change the scale also like that. Okay, so if you want to see the scale according to a drawing, you can define an object like that. 100 by 50. You can see that 100 by 50 is this one, so scale is very big, so create it somewhere here. Like that, change the scale to 5, like that. If you want to change the size, okay, you can just adjust the size from here. Okay. And after that, you can enter there is serial number, there is name, material, and quantity. Name, material, quantity. So this was the easy option. You just have to type the values here. Okay, like this one. You can just fill it with the help of simple dragging the object like that. Is it clear? And the fifth question we have. So here you have some circles. So the outermost circle is of 400 dia, and after that we have a dia of 380. And the innermost are this one dia is somewhere here 60, and after that we have a 100 dia circle, and after that we have a line at an angle of 60 degrees, so we can calculate from the projection. And okay, 400, 380, 100. Okay, so we have the shape here 400 dia 380. Okay, or you can just go to the offset direct like this one. Okay, you can check that the dimension will be okay 160, and the dimension here. Okay, okay. Circle. We are going to enter the radius. So 30, 200, 190, and 50. These are the circles. Now we have to create these shapes. So you can see that there is a radius of 81.5 from same center and 165 radius. 81 and 165. So circle at 181.5 radius and 167 radius. So two circles are there, 165 and 81.5. After that, you can see there is a gap of 15. So the number of item of the gap is 6. Quantity of gap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 gap of 15 here, and we have a line there, and that line has a radius of 30 with the circles. So just going to create a line like this one. Okay, create the offset of 7.5. So you can just create the offset like that. And after that, you can define the fillet of radius 30 and select these two like that. Okay, and go to the trim to trim and radius 30. Select the line, select the circle like that, line and circle like that. Okay, so right now we don't, or we have to just rotate the object, rotate from this, and we need it to rotate around 60 degree. Okay, minus 60 degree. Rotate this object to minus 60 degree. So why we need to rotate it to minus 60 degree? So you can see that there are number of items are 6, 3, 3, 6. So if we divide 360 degree by 6, so you will get the 60 degree. So this line will be at the 60 degree, and this line will be at the exact location that we want. You can see there is the line. Again, go to the fillet, select the circle like that, like that. So you will get a shape that you need. Just go and trim like that. So here is the shape. Just select the shape, go to the array AR, enter. Okay, go to the polar, or before you can just create this circle also. You can see there is a circle of dia 20 at PCD 340. So circle at PCD 340 means 170, and the circle on that with 20 dia like that. So convert this line into a center line from here. Okay, okay, and which one? Okay, this one here. So actually we have given two radius. The outer radius is 165, this curve, and 81.5 radius is of this curve. So we have basically two circles, and we have another two lines. You can see that vertical lines can be created here, and we have to add the fillet to the line and the circle here and here also. And if we rotate it to 360 degree, only 60 degree, you can create two lines here also, so you can just trim that also. Or there are some other options like copy, paste. So go to delete. Okay. So there is another option, create the offset like that. Okay. Convert them into solid lines like this, and create the fillet of radius 30 with multiple. First one is this one. Okay. So the second circle is 81.5. First circle is 147. Sorry, 165. Circle of 165. So we just need to create a fillet from here to here and here to here. Okay, same as you can do this one. like this. The distance total given is 15. We have the 15, you can see it's there 15. This 6 means the number of items, we have 6 gaps, okay, and the distance between the gap is 15. 6 gap, this number means, before the dash number means number of items. Here you can see there is 6 entities, 20 dia. You can see 6 circles, we have 6 circles, and that is of 20 dia. So there are multiple options, you can just select these objects, create the array directly, Euler from this center with number of items defined to 6, close, and if you explode that, you will be able to trim now. So after that you can just trim them like this. Okay. So now you have to trim individually, or you have to create just a single object, and you can do that again. So how to create the single object? You know that up to this point we can create it, and now you have to create a rotation. So you can create the rotation of the center, or you can just create the offset first like that and rotate it to backside so that we have the value minus 60, and convert the object to solid and use the fillet with multiple like that. And after that you can just select both the items, create the array folder from the center with number of item 6, and I am not going to use the associative, close. So here is the shape. Convert this line into construction. Okay, so this is the shape. After that we have, you can see we have 3 circles here and 2 keyways. So 2 keyway has a gap of 36 from the center, and the gap of that is shown in the detail views. You can see there is a circle, so that circle means it has a detail view somewhere else. So go to the detail view. Here the gap between these two lines is 10. So we have 2 keyways, so that was here defined. Number of keyways is 2 and the gap is 10. So here we can go to the line. Okay, the distance is ortho mode 36 outside, 5 downwards, and like this, and 5 upward, and like this. So trim like this one. So here is the keyway. To create the another keyway, you can just join the object also. You can see this is individual. So select the object and press J, enter. You can join the object like this. And now go to the rotate, select the base point, and select the copy and rotate at 90 degree. So you will get a keyway up here also. So trim, and there is the shape. Okay, now you can see we have another circle here, the third circle. Okay, till now I have created 2 circles because the third circle radius is not defined, or the diameter is not defined. So to calculate the third circle we have to create this shape, because we have given from 100 we have a line at an angle of 60 degree. So to create that we have to create this shape. So again we have the total thickness 80, 400, 380. So go to the side, create a rectangle of dimension is 50 by 400 like that. Okay, sorry, it's 80 not 50. So I can just stretch it with the value of 30. So it will be 50 by, sorry, 80 by 400. Yes, it's being recorded like this one. So after that we have to explode it so that I can select the lines individually. So now we are going to create the offset of this line. So the offset value is 10 from here. Okay, I'm going to just create upper side so that after that I will just mirror the object from to the downside. Or you can create this with the help of offset, or you can take the projection. To create a projection line, we have the option Excel. Excel means construction lines. So we have the option here horizontal. So we can just go to like this. We can create the object with the help of references. Okay, you can see that our object is upside. So we can just specify these like this one. Okay, so there is the projections. So select the object, move it from this point to this point, and you can see we have the exact projection. Okay, so you can just trim, here double enter, trim the object like that. After that, you can see we have some gap between them, and we have some circle references. So the gap here is defined with the value. So the value is overall distance is 80, so half will be 40, and we have some gap here is 35. So from half this will be 5, so the thickness of the object is 10. How to calculate this thickness? We have total gap 80. So if we divide the object in the half, if we divide the object in half, somewhere in middle, so you can see this gap is defined to 35. So from here the gap will be 5, and also we have 5 gap here, so the total thickness of object is 10. Okay, so create a line at the center like this one. Okay, up to the center, and create an offset of 5 on both sides and delete the center line like this one. You can just go here and trim this one also. After that, you can see this projection line is for the center of the circle. So go to the trim out this. You can just delete that. Okay. So this is the center of the circle. You just have to define the center of circle like something this one, and create the offset. We have the radius 10 of the circle. So go to the trim. You can just show the circle like this one. This is the circle. To convert this, go to here and go to the property. To create the center line, you just have to define the value here. Okay. So after that, the next projection we have. Okay. So you can see that this object is the section. So section line is this one. So that's why we will not see any object or any projection of these object up here. Okay. So next we will see is the center. Okay, center will not have any projection. After that we have a keyway here. So the thickness of the object is 50. Sorry, yeah, this gap is 50 and this gap is 50. So we will have to create some lines. So first I'm just going to delete these lines and create an offset from the center line. So create a center line from here like this one. Create an offset of 25 to both sides and delete the center. Now you can see that the maximum value will be construction will be at this point. So trim out these lines up to this point, also up to this point. So go to the delete. Now you can see we have this edge here. Now there is the line at an angle of 60 degree from this side. So create a line. Now we have been given that angle 60 is around this. So if we go upwards, the angle will be at 30 degree. This angle will be 30 degree, because if this is 60, so this angle will be 60. So this line will be at an angle of 30 degree. So to create 30-degree line, we can just press the angle symbol, okay, and type the angle 30, okay. So now you can see your line will go directly to the angle, not up down, go directly at an angle of 30 degree. So just click where up to where you want to create the line, like this one, and trim out the line like this one, okay. Again, if you go here, okay, you can see that the angle is defined here. If we create a line like this one, okay, now you will see that this angle will be 30 degree, because if this is 60, this will also be 60 degree, and in the this quadrant, if you subtract 60 from 90, there will be 30 degree angle. So that's what we have created here at 30 degree. You can define the dimension right here. From this point to this point, it is 60 degree. Okay, again, how to create the line at an angle? You can just click here. First option is specify the this button at the rate, specify this term, and after that the length. We don't know the length in this, so I'm going to specify 20 just for reference, and after that the angle. So now this angle will be 150. You can see we have the line here 150. Why 150? Because this angle, the angle we need from here is 30 degree, and you know that this line will be at an angle of 180 degree from this point. If you see the quadrant, see the cursor, we are in the second quadrant, and the second quadrant has the value of 90 to 180. So we have this line at 180, and the line is below that 30 degree behind that. So 180 minus 30 will be 150. So after that, you can just extend the line, EX, double enter, and just like that, go to the trim and trim that line, trim the inner lines also. If you don't need this line, you can also trim this one off. Okay, so this is the shape. Now we have to specify the hole. So go to the construction line, Excel, again horizontal. First will be this projection, second will be this projection. So you can just go and trim out it from outside, select these two and delete. Now you can see we have the exact projection. So again, trim this one also. We have the projection, or we have the exact lines. After that, just go to there. Okay, we have this line. So select this, select the mirror command, go to here, press enter. You can see we have the projection. Now these lines are not required in the downside, because at the downside we have a different projection of these two lines. Okay, so you can see there is some difference, and we also don't need, because we don't have a keyway at the downside. So just delete that and trim out the line and just delete. Okay, and now you can see we have this shape also, this shape here. So this was the shape if the section was given from here. Okay, if the section is given like this one, that the section is from this line, so you can create this one this will be the shape. But if you see properly, we have the projection line from here, but now it is shifting towards this axis. So we have to create the projection of this line somewhere here. Okay, like this one. So to create the projection of this line, okay, to create the projection of this, we know that if we create a projection of a circle at any direction at any point, we will get the same result because the radius will be same at any point. So up to here the diagram is correct. Now after that we have to define these options also. Okay, so how can you define that? For that we have to create some construction lines. Okay, so first I'm going to create a circular entity up to here and up to this point. Okay, exact location of the circle. After that we have to create a construction line from here and here. And now we don't need this circle because we don't have the circles anywhere here. So you can just trim out these lines like that and just delete them. So you will get the projection like this. Okay, after that you can just delete the circle. So here is the projection, here is the shape that we require. Okay, this one. And after that you can apply the values, you can define it. Now you can see we have created this one, so we can create the third circle here. So create a construction line from this point, create a circle at here up to this point and delete the construction line, and this will be our shape. After that you just have to define the layers from layer command, create the layers. This will be reference, this will be dimension, this will be geometry. Okay, the reference will be of white, black, this red color. The line type will be center, and dimension will be red in color, and geometry will be this color. Okay, so you just have to define everything now. So first I'm going to select everything and go directly to the geometry. Now I have to select the references and like this one, go to the references like this one, and after that we have to select the dimensions that we have defined and go to the dimension. So change the size of the dimension, go to the modifier fit and use the scale. Just use 5, set current, close, define the values properly. And just define the values whichever you need. If you need them here, so go to the dimension directly, select the values like that. Okay, like this one, this one. Okay, you can specify this value. If you don't want, you can just leave that value. Okay, we can just use this shape to be shown somewhere else. So that was the figure we have here. Any question on that? Any questions if you have? I cannot hear any person. Can you hear me? Okay. Because I'm not getting any voice from your side. So that's why I was asking. So now in today's session, we have to cover some new topics, that is blocks and properties and the other leftover commands. So like I have already told you how to insert the leader from the tool palette. So we have the tool palette here. Now if you go to here, first is the civil, structure, hatches, table. We have many different options. If you go down here, you can see another list. Here you will see the mechanical list, okay, where you will get some fasteners on the or the bearing, okay. Or if you go to the civil, you will get the road intersection symbol, speed symbol, manhole symbol, like those. So you can just drag them into the drawing and they will be created like this. If you want to change the size, you can just change maximum, minimum. Okay. So these are the symbols. If you go to the mechanical, you can also include some symbols from here. So these are the imperial, these are the metric. So I'm going to insert some metric symbols. You will see that metric symbol will be very small in size. So we have a nut here with a specification of M14 metric thread 14. We have a screw here or a hexagon socket screw. We can change the length from here. We can change the size from here. If you want to fit with respect to it, with respect to this, so you have to change the scale to M14 here and M14 from here also. Okay. So if you want to insert any other object like a roller bearing, you can just select like that and change the diameter or change the specification. We have the specification here. If you want to insert a valve, you can enter the specification from here. Okay. So you can see that all the objects are a single entity. You can just move that from a single place. So we have some other library also. This is the tool palette. You can see here. Now we have another one, that is design center from DC. If you press enter, you will get it from here. Okay. So if you click on the home, you will be at this point here. If you click on the E and US, means English US, there will be two things, design center and dynamic blocks. Go to the design center and you will get the library uh, that has been placed here. You can choose anyone. If you are working in if you need a fastener, we have the fastener for metric or for the US units here. If you are working on the plan, you can go to home space. You can double click on that and there will be the blocks. So you can see we have some beds, chair, computer terminals and many things. You can just drag and drop that object to the file like this one. Okay, so you can see there is a symbol of the bed. You can create yourself also, and if you want some standards, you can get it from here. Okay, so if you need a table, plant, okay, a piano. So we have this shape here, and if you go back, we have another option for pipe fitting, plant process, for welding, for hydraulic, for HVAC. So you can just double click, go to the block, and in HVAC we have some these symbols. Okay, so whatever you need, you can just pick it from here, or you can create it yourself. Okay, so what is the difference between the design center objects and the tool palette objects? Now, if you go to the architecture from here, now you can see there are some options like door, windows, toilet seat, trees. If you drag a tree here, you can see we have a tree here and a tree here. If you select this one, you will get an option, and if you select this one, you will get an option to just move the object. So you cannot see it from the front side. If you go to the front side, you will not see them from the front side. But we have the option here. You can just select this is the plan now. If you click on the elevation, you will see the elevation also. Okay, and we have the shrub and the plan view, the elevation view. We have the evergreen plantation. Okay, so we have different kinds of sets here. So the difference between the tool palette object and the design center object is that you can change the shape of the tool palette objects. Like I have inserted these all objects from the design center. If you select them, you can see there is no option to change the size or anything. You can just scale the object. Okay, you can just simply change the scale of this object. You cannot change the shape. If you want to see this bed in the front view, you will not able to see that. But if you see the shape, like we have a vehicle here, if you want to change the side or the view of the tool palette object, you can just go down here, and you can see it out. Right now we are on the side view. Now this is the top view, this is the front view, this is the rear view. You can just choose the view from here. If you want another vehicle, you can choose the sides of that. Now we have this one and sides of that, like this. Okay, so this is the difference between these two libraries. The tool palette contains the blocks. Basically, these objects are blocks. Blocks mean you have created them and saved them as a library and save them as a block, so that you can just click on a button and everything will be moved like that. Okay, the block can also be exploded. If you press X enter, this object will be converted to lines like that. Now you will not be able to change the sides. You will not be able to see that from the side view or any other thing. You want to explode this tree, so select that, press X enter, and now you will see that object is exploded. Okay, so basically these objects are just created here with the help of line or spline or these type of commands, and after that the copies of them are added in the block. So how to create an object, how to create convert an object to the blocks, so that we can just move the object or use the object repeatedly, or we can move the object with a single click. So here we have the option of the blocks. Okay, so right now how to create a block, there is the option. First option is insert. You can insert a block. If you click on insert, you can see that every block I have used till now will be shown here. Or you can just go to the more option. There will be a list from the insert menu, and all the blocks will be available. But if you have to create, we have the option here, create block. If you want to edit, we have the block editor. If you want to specify any value in between, you can specify the attribute from here. Okay, so what does the attribute mean? If you select this one, you can see there is something written triple X. If you double click on that, you can specify the value of that object. Okay, you can see the change in here. You can just double click, change the value. So these values can be specified from the attributes. Okay, so these are the three things that we are going to cover. Now you can see that this object we have created, these lines are being selected single only, step by step only. If you want to select all the object, or if you want to convert it into the block, so that is the main command that we are going to cover today. So now I want to convert this object into the block. So you can just select the object and click here, create, or you can just press the shortcut, that is B for block, B enter, and there is the block definition dialog box. After that, you have to select, you have to type the name. Okay, I want a name of drawing 1, DWG1. So specify your name, whichever you need. After that, there is the option base point. So base point means from where you want to move the object. So I want to choose the point. So go to the pick point and specify the point I want to move this object from this point. So this will be the base point. After that, specifying the base point, we have the option select the object. Right now, you can see there are 65 objects selected because I have selected all the objects before selecting the block command. So from here, you can see if you want to select, you can just go here and select the objects like that and press enter, and there will be the objects. After that, you just have to select the convert to block, nothing else. Okay, so now check the units. If you want to change the unit, you can change, but your unit will be specified through the unit you have selected from here. Okay, so just click OK. We just have specified three things: the name, the base point, and the objects. Only three things. And click OK. Now you can see your object is a block. You can just move it with the help of a button. Okay, everything is inside a block. Okay, you cannot edit the shape right here. So how to create the block? Just create an object, create a shape, go to the B, enter, and specify three things, and the blocks will be created. Now if you want to see these blocks, press I for insert, or go here, insert, and if you want to see, it will be somewhere here in the list. You can see here, or you can just go to the more option, the same dialog box will appear. Now select the object from here. Now just click OK, and you can insert that object like that. You can insert it many times. If you explode this object from here, you can see this is the lines. Now if you insert again, okay, there will be again another block here. Okay, so this is the simple block command. Now if you want to edit something, suppose I want to edit this line, I want this line to be up to here and this line up to be here. So how you can update? So just select the block, go to the block editor from here, or use the shortcut BE block edit, press enter. Now you can see there will be the block definition, and you have selected the, I already selected the object, go to the OK, and now you can change everything from here. You can insert anything, you can change everything. Okay, you want to specify the dimension, you want to create anything new, you can do that from here. So close the block editor, save the changes, and now you can see all the blocks will be updated according to that if you press I enter. You can see there is no update, no change in here because this is not a block, but you can see the change here, or if you insert a new one, you can see the change here, the line is trimmed out or made smaller. So these are the three things in the block. So just create your object, like you want to create a furniture, you want to create a product, just create the shape and convert that into the block. So now I have another object here, another drawing here, that is this one. Okay. So I'm going to open that object. You can open that object from here. So you can see the name is here. If you click on the top view, everything will be inside. So you can see I have created this shape as a tire, and you can see everything is separate now. If you want to make it a block, you can just create a block. B, enter. You can specify the name, going to be tire, and pick point. I want this center point to be the pick point. Select the object, go to the select the object option from here, select everything and click OK, and this object will be a block. You can just move it like that. Okay, or if you have saved the object as a block, okay, so if you want to insert, if you go to the insert, now you can see you don't have the block that you have created in this file. Okay, if you go to the insert here, you will see a list of blocks, but if you go to the other drawing, you will not see those blocks here, or you cannot see this block in that drawing, because these blocks are temporary, they are not permanent, and they cannot be inserted into the other drawing. Okay, if you have any question till now, how to create, how to insert, how to edit the block, you can ask. After that, I'm going to switch to the next option. If you have, please ask.
ये बेस पॉइंट से सिलेक्ट करने के बाद सर इसकी जो कॉपी नहीं बन रही है, और जैसे आपकी बन गई वहां पे ना, ऑब्जेक्ट जो है मतलब डिफरेंट मल्टीपल हो गया, लेकिन यहाँ पे मल्टीपल नहीं हो रहा है ये।
Okay, base point. After selecting the base point, you can just simply move the object. To create the copy, you just have to insert it again. I enter, choose the object from here. Okay, and there will be the copy. Okay, you will not able to create a copy by just moving it like that. You can make the copy with a copy command also. You can create the copy like that. Okay, use the copy command or use the insert command. Yes, I'm going to explain that how to save the blocks. Okay, is it clear till now? Should I move to the next point? Okay. So the next point is how you can insert the block you have created into the drawing. Like you can see that this tire was created and saved. This file was saved somewhere else. I can insert this file into this file also. If you go to the insert, you can see there is an option of browse. I can just click here and select the location, select the object and open that object from here. Click OK. Now you can see there is a shape. Okay. Now if you go to the insert, you will see this object right here. Okay. Click OK. Now you can see this object right here. Is it clear? So now you can see here we have some other colors, white and red and something. Here we have everything is in the red. So why it is that? Because right now the color we have selected, if you select the object, you can see that the color we have selected is by layer. If you want to define it by block, you can just click here. But again, we don't have any color change. So go to the block edit. You can just double click on it. The block editor will open. Go to the option, the tire, and now you can go to the home and select the object. You can see the properties are by layer. Okay. Click OK, close the editor, save the change. Okay, the properties are not being imported. Okay, the properties actually are not being imported like that. So you can see this is the pi layer. Right now we are in the zero, we are in the dimension. So the property that are being applied are from here. We have defined the property in the layers. That's why everything is defined in the layer. Okay, you can see there is the new layer, that is geometry, because I think I have created some layer here. Okay, I have created some layers, so that's why it was going to be like that. If I double click, go to this option, you can see if I select the shape, it was in the zero layer. Okay, I have not specified a particular color, so the color will be according to the layer that we have created here. Okay, that's why the color was different here and color was different here. Okay, so color will be according to the layer that you have using. So to edit, you can just go to the edit and go to the home, specify the layer to the object. You can see that everything is, these objects are in the zero layer. And okay, sorry, select everything with the help of layer from here by layer. So these objects should be in zero and these objects should be in the geometry or whichever you need. Okay, save the changes. Okay, now you can see we have the changes right. Okay, so to insert the object from a file, you can just go to the insert command. I enter, press the browse button, and you can select the entire file from here, and the entire file will be added as a block inside this shape. In this, so if you want to create a permanent block, so we have an option for that also. You can see this is the simple shape. We have exploded it. Now, instead of creating the block, we have to use the option right block, that is WB, right block. Okay, W or B. So press WB, enter, and you can see there is the dialog box of right block. Now this option will save the object as a file on your location. So you can see first we have the option, if you want to create the block, so you can select the objects. If you have created a block, you can select the block from here. Okay, if the block is already created like TWG1, I have already created that block, you can just select the source from the block, define the path where you want to save the block. Right now I'm going to save on the desktop. If you click on the save, okay, you will see that your shape will be somewhere here. So the name of the block is TWG1. Okay, but if you want to create the block from some objects, so go to the right block, and here is the option, use objects, and select the pick point. I want to select it from here, select the object. I want to select all these objects, enter, and convert to the block from here. Use the units where you want to save. Now you can see it is being named as new block, and click OK, and there will be a block here, a new block. If you go to the other file, right now I'm in this file, if you go to the insert, you can see there are only two options, a hexagon nut or a tire. If you want to insert, go to the browse, and now you can select the new block from here. open the block, click OK and place the block where you need. So you can see that this block can be inserted now inside this drawing also. You can insert again, you can see it's in the list now. So go to the browse, go to the DWG1, open, OK, define the location and the object will be created like that. So this is the option from where you can just save your blocks permanently on your desired location. Okay, any questions? Any questions from the blog?
Sir, how can we insert these things?
From I enter. Okay, I for insert and go to the browse, choose the block you have saved and just click OK and there will be the block. Okay, like this one, create a new file, go to the insert, there is nothing in the list, go to the browse, select the block, click open, click OK and click where you want to insert. So this will be the block. Okay, any questions? Just press W enter. W, okay, it will be the right block option. Go to the source, specify the source. Right now I have a source, I have created a block, so I can select that block from here or I can select the objects. If I have not created the block, you can select the object from here. Right now we have the block here, so select the block, go to the select the block from the list which you want to save permanently and specify the location from this button where you want to save the block. So I have already saved that block at the desktop, you can see here. Just click on the save, click OK and that block will be saved permanently. Got it? Just a single button like you create the block from B enter, you can save that block from the W enter. From B, the blocks will be temporarily saved in your file. From the W, the block will be saved as a file. Okay. So after that, if you want to delete the object, you can delete. But if you go to the insert, the block will remain there. So how can you remove the block from the list? If you go there, all the blocks will be in the list even if you delete everything from here. Okay, so how to delete a block from the list? So to do that we have the option that is called purge. Okay, from PU that command will be enabled, that is purge. If you go to the this list, there are the blocks. If you click on the plus, you can see we have three blocks in this file. So if you select all three and select purge or purge all, go to the purge all items and you can see the blocks will be removed. Okay, if you select these two, this will also be removed. So there is nothing now in the block. If you go to the insert, there will be nothing in the list. Okay, so we can use the purge command to remove your blocks from the library. Just select, delete everything, go to the purge PU and select the blocks, select the list which you want to delete from your list. Okay, I want to delete everything from here to here. Okay, press purge all items. Okay, and there will be some other objects, purge all items and everything will be deleted like that. Okay, like that. Box is empty now, close, and in the insert there will be nothing. The file is clear. Okay, did you get it? If you have any questions. I think everyone has no question. No one is asking anything. Okay. So these are the commands. These are the block commands that we can create. Now we have some other options also how to apply the properties. We have already applied the properties, but we are going to again use the property option. So going to delete the file. No changes. No save changes. No save changes. Okay. A new file. So now we have some properties option. The first property option is for the color. Okay. We have some objects, so you can select the individual or you can select all the objects and define the color from here. Okay. But make sure the object remains in the file layer because you have to create layers and define all the properties from there. So just going to show you how you can change. You can select the color from here or you can go to the more color and there will be the color option. Okay, so you can just select any color from here and select that color. Okay, you can go here and create a color by your choice. You can just go to any point and select that location. Okay, I want this color somewhere. So if you press escape, all the objects will be in that color. Okay, so there will be no name, there will be a number because you have created that color that was not in the list. So this was the color. You can now select it repeatedly. So more colors in the two colors, you will be able to create your colors. Okay. So next option, if you want to define different colors, you can do that also. Next, we have the option to increase the line weight. You have to just select the object. You can increase the line weight or the thickness of the object. So you can see if you select the object, the thickness is 1.6 mm, and if you select this object, the thickness is by layer, whichever you have applied on the layer. So right now you can see there is no thickness here. So we have to choose the button of the line weight from here. We have to turn it on. So there is the line weight option. There is the transparency. So both the commands should be activated first. So you can see there is the line weight that you have applied. If you don't want to see line weights right now, there is the option. Okay. Next option we have is properties. If you want to define any property or if you want to change the line type, we have all the standards. Okay, if you want a line in the dots, so okay, and if you select the object, apply the property to the object, press escape, you can see the object has the property. So to increase or change the scale, you can just select the object, go to this point, or press Ctrl 1, or you can just press MO for properties. Okay, so now you can see the color of the object is this one. You can change it from here. The layer, you can change it from here. The line type, you can change. The scale, you can change. I want the scale to be 5. So you can see the change from here. Go to the 10. So this is the change. So you can change anything from here. It's transparency, it's line weight, it's line type scale, it's line type. Now we have the fourth property down here in the property, that is the transparency. Now I'm going to define the transparency of this object. So transparency limit is from 0 to up to maximum of 90, because if you provide the transparency to 100, the object will not be visible. Okay, at the 90 transparency you will see there is an object, but a very faded object. Okay, so you can again turn off the transparency display from here, turn on from here. If you don't see your objects here, you can just go here and there is the transparency, there is the line weight. You can just turn them on or off from these two buttons. So transparency can be applied for 0 to 90, whichever you need, and this one will be okay. So we have next option, that is, if you want to apply any property on the other object, you can do that. Suppose I want to apply this object's property to this object, so you can just select the object, go to the match property, or you can just select the match property. From here, select the source. I want to apply this property, select the destination on this object, so you can see the property of this object is applied here. Okay, you can turn on this match property from shortcut NA, match property, select the source, select the destination. Okay, you can apply on multiple objects also, or you can apply like that. So this is the match property. You can apply any property on other object. Clear with the properties? Okay. So after that we have another option that is called groups. We can create multiple groups of the objects. Right now you can see the objects are selected alone. So you can create a group from here. The shortcut will be G, or you can just create it from here. Now you can see group, select objects, or define the name. So you can define the name from here. Press enter, select the object. I want these two objects in the group. Press enter. Now if you click here, you can see both the objects can be selected, and if you go to ungroup, you can just delete the group like that. Okay, so group, define the name, or you can just define the objects. Press enter, they will be in the group like that. If you want to ungroup them, you can go here. Now we have group editing option. In that we have an option to add the objects. If you want to add some object in the group, add object, select the object, press enter, and now you can see these three objects are in the group. If you want to remove any object from the group, go to the remove objects, click here, and you can see there will be only two objects in the group. This is not the block, this is only a group. You can turn on or off the group selection. You can see this is on right now, group selection. If you turn off, the objects can be moved separately. If we turn on, now we can move the objects. Okay. So group is basically used to uh, move the object or to select the object in the in one selection, but you can work separately on those objects also. Okay, in block command you have to open the block to edit anything or to uh, create anything, but in group we have the ability to turn off the selection, and we can work on individual objects, and we can turn on the selection, and we can move with both the objects or move with all the objects. Okay, so this was the group with a very simple option. Create a group. If you want to delete the group, go to the ungroup. If you want to edit the group, go to this option. If you want to turn on or off the selection, you can from here. So after that we have some utilities. So in utilities there are some very important option. First is, if you go here, there is the measure option. You can use multiple measuring tools. So to use these properties, you have to just increase the size of this history. Here you have the history here. You can increase the history size. You can see two lines or one line or multiple lines by dragging this object. Okay, here is the history. You can see clicking here what option you have applied till now. You can see everything. So you have to use it to up to two lines. Two lines should be shown here, so that if you use any command from the measuring tool, you can see everything here. So go to the measure. First is distance. If you want to check the distance between two lines, 2 points, you can check. So first option will be the distance. Exact distance will be this one. The angle in xy plane will be this one. In xy plane, from xy plane will be this one. Delta x means the x direction. The distance is this. In the y direction is this, and in the z direction is this. If you go to the measure and select these 2 points, now you will see the exact distance is this one, that is aligned. The horizontal distances will be this one. So for x, this will be the this gap, okay, and for y, this will be the this one gap. So for delta z, we are not using the z direction, and you can see the angle from this point to this point is 30 degrees. So from here you can check the distances, you can check the radius, you can check the angle. Now we have an option, you can also check the area of the object. You can select the area, the shortcut is double A. Now we have some option here, you can just click on the object from here. Now you will see the area of the object is this one and the perimeter is this one. If you have multiple shapes like this one, and trim out the shapes and make it a single object by joining both the elements. You can also see the object's area by selecting object, select the object, and the area will be here. Because this is a single object, not a different object. If you explode this, if you have not created it as a block or you have not joined this object, you can again see the area, but now you have to select some different options. So you have to go to the area double A, and instead of selecting object, you have to click on the add area. So in add area, you have to select 2 points. You can see that the selection will work like this, and you can just select the points like that. Okay, press enter, and the area will be shown up to this shape, up to this rectangular shape. Yes, the session is on the recording. Okay, so to check the area of whole of the object, you can press area command, go to the add area. You can see when I select a point, there are options for arc or for the line. Now you can add an arc here. You can see the arc will work like that. Okay, so you can just click here, or you can change the type. Okay, so I'm going to select the center from here, and now you can see if you click here, the arc is done. So back to the line, go to here and press enter, and the area of the object will be this one. Okay, and the perimeter will be this. So this is the shape. Now if you go to, if you create an object, a rectangular shape of dimension 100 by 50. Now you know the area of this object. If we double click, select the object, click OK, you know the area will be this one, 5000, because 100 multiplied by 50 will be 5000. But if you have any shape in between and you want to know the area of this region, not this one, if you want to subtract this area, you can just go to the area command. First you have to select the subtract area. So select the object in the subtract area, this one, this will be in the red. Press enter and select the object, this one. Okay, so this is for the subtract. Okay. Again, area command. First, subtract the area, select the object, press enter, and press enter again. Okay. So now you have to add the area. So press the select the object, select this one, and press enter. Now you can see the area of the whole object is 5000 and the parameter is this one, and the total area of this object after subtracting this shape is this one. So in this way you can subtract the area, or you can check the area of an object by subtracting something from that area. Okay, got it? The area command. Area command is very useful for the civil student because you have to calculate the area from area to define that how much material will be required, like how much concrete you need, how much steel you need to apply, how much reinforcement you need to apply. So area should be known to you. I have shown you that if we have a wall, suppose this is a wall and this is the window, so you can just go to the area command. If you have an object like this one, you can simply just click the object, or if you don't have this object as a single, you can just use the area with the help of selecting the add or subtract option. So if you have any object in between, you have to first subtract that area. So click on the subtract. Now you have to select the object one by one, like this one. Now after that press enter. Okay, so we have selected the area that I want to subtract. Now I want to add the area. So to add, I have to select this one, like that, and press enter. Now you can see the area total was this one. The full area of this object is this one, 5000, and after subtracting this one we got the area, that is something, this one, 3946. Okay, if you want to check its if you want to check it properly, you can create an object with some specific value like 20 by 30. Okay, so we know that the area of this shape is 620 by 30. So into 6, okay, 600. So if we go to the area, select the subtract area first from points, like that, press enter, add the area, select the points, like that, press enter. Now you will get the area is 4400 because this was 5000 and subtracted 600, and you will get the 4400 area. Okay, any questions? Anything else? Okay, so after that we have a volume, so it will work with the 3D. Pick up points as we have it in hatch command to find area. Pick up points. We are using the points in the area. You can see that we are using the point, like just click on the points. These are the pick up points. Press enter. This is the area. Okay, please explain your question. You want the grips like this one, these grips. Okay, like you want to select the boundary like this one. No, there is no option like that. We have to create a boundary first. I think we have a command that is BO for boundary. We can just click here, pick points, select the area, press enter, and you can see if we click here, this object can be moved. And if we select here, okay, so boundary command is not working like that. Okay, so boundary BO, click pick points, click here, press enter, and you will see you have some object like that. Okay, but if you have something in between, that will not work. You have to connect something. If you have two objects like that and use the boundary command, pick points, and it will not work properly because it will create two boundaries, this one and this one. Okay, the base object remains, it will create two objects, but that will again have no advantage. If we have something that is intersecting, that it can create with the boundary, and for that you can just go to the area, double click and select the object like that, and we can check the area. But for that you have to use the boundary command. Okay, after that we have some options like this one is quick select all, quick calculator. So if you want to use the calculator, you can use it from here. The shortcut will be QC. Quick calculator you can use as numeric, you can use it as a scientific from here. Okay, you can use it unit conversion. You can select the units. You can select from here you want to convert. You can enter the values here. So this option is select all is to select like control A, press control A, everything will be selected, and ID points, point type. So if you want to create any point, there will be option PO, create a point. You can create a point like that. If you want to change the type of the point, you can go here, go to the point style, and you can specify that style, and the point will become like that. Shortcut will be PO point, and you can just go here, change the point style, whichever you need, and the point style will be that type. Okay, clipboard means you can copy like that, control C, and you want to paste, press control V here, or you can just select the object, copy, control C, and go to the new file, and you can paste it by control V. The same shape will be inserted in the other drawing also. So the clipboard will work for that. Copy and paste. Like you move an object, a file from one folder to another folder, you can also move or copy from one file to another file inside this. This copy will only work in this file. You cannot go to the other file and use that. You have to use it from here, copy paste. Okay, so this view will not work right now because it will be work for 3D object. We are not going to cover 3D. It will work for 3D only. Okay, so you will not be able to use it. Okay, so this was the command that was for today. Now in the next session we have some command left, that how to create a layout, how to create a proper sheet, and how to convert that sheet into the PDF. So for example, we have some drawings here. So if you want to create any drawing like this one, So you can use the template, how to use this template, how to set the views, how to set the dimensions, how you can use the section view, or these things that will be covered in the last section. Okay, this was it for today, and the assignment we have here is you have to create these objects. Okay, use the hatching also, use the layers also, use everything that you have been given. There is the option for you have to insert some object from the library. Okay, specification is given here. Here is the option to apply some properties. Like you can see, the line weight of this line is 0.5. Outer rectangle will be of 0.5 line weight. The object has colors like blue, green, red. You have to apply those properties. Okay, here you have to apply some hedge. You have to create the shape. Now you can create that. You have to just create that. Okay, this will be your assignment. And if you have any question, you can ask. You have 2 minutes. You can open your mic and ask any question. Okay, so I think you don't have any question. Wait for a minute. Don't leave the session. Okay, so thank you for the session. If you have any question, please ask, or I'm going to end the meeting.
सर 3D क्लासेस कब लगेंगी?
Yes,
3D की क्लासेस कब लगेंगी इसकी?
3D. We don't have
Yes, sir.
right now any 3D classes because we don't use the 3D of this software. This software is a non-parametric software, so we don't use this software for the 3D. So in mechanical engineering, we use the SolidWorks or the Creo or the CATIA, and in civil we use the Revit or the 3ds Max, okay, or the
Okay.
Google Sketcher. So we are already running those classes for the 3D. Okay, I
Okay,
think
sir.
many of you are attending those sessions. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Thank you. I'm going to end the meeting.